Words can create worlds. What makes for good writing? We'll find out today on Into the Words. Welcome to Into the Words. I'm your host, Mr. McGrath, and we're going to jump in right away today because we have a wonderful story by Izzy called The Day of the Ditch. I'm hungry, Charlie moaned. Nice to meet you, Hungry. I'm Claire. Hope you're having a great day, I responded. Then I got a look from my brother and noted my wonderful comment had not been appreciated. I shrugged. I had been trapped in the car with my twin, Charlie, my older sister, Anna, my parents, and my baby brother, Philip, since 5 o'clock in the morning. We are the crazy, one-of-a-kind Reeds. And me? Well, I'm Claire Reed. The sound of heavy rain falling was starting to annoy me. The rain just made me feel trapped in the car. As the rain fogged the windows, I grew desperate for a view of the landscape or the sky. I couldn't even see the car next to us. I stared at the fog and listened to the bombardment of pitter-patters on the roof. Why didn't we bring any good snacks? Philip moaned. Well, it looks like we have to turn around and ride back to the house, which is 4 hours and 180 miles behind us, because we forgot a few Rice Krispie treats. What a great idea, I told him sarcastically. I know I should be kinder to my siblings, but we will be stuck together for another 4 hours. I think a little sarcasm is okay. We left our farm in McMullen County, Texas, for a vacation house on Holly Beach, Louisiana. It's 8 hours away, plus stopping to grab breakfast and lunch. And guess what? Philip didn't need to take emergency breaks often. He had to take them very often. So we had to add emergency breaks to our long list of detours. Claire, it's not his fault we are stuck in heavy traffic in the rain with not many resources, Anna snapped, and the roadways will probably clear up soon. Anna, thank you, but you're not the mother. Claire, be nice. And boys, if we want to make it through the trip, let's not whine, okay? I have a horrible headache, Mom said. Okay, all four of us said in unison and began to entertain ourselves. I entertained myself by drawing a very realistic picture of me riding atop my horse, Miracle. I used to like none of the animals on our farm, but as if by magic, Miracle had taught me to smile and enjoy the other animals. One day I led her down to our pasture. As I remembered Miracle, I sighed and closed my eyes and tried to imagine the scene of when I rode across the fields on her back. I fell asleep to the rain gently tapping the roof of the car, sirens blaring in the distance, and the melodious sound of Philip whining. I must have been asleep for a long time because when I was roused by putting Philip's toy horn next to my ear and blowing it over and over very loudly by Anna, I found us outside at Chick-fil-A. That is the most wonderful thing I've ever seen in all my 11 long years on Earth, I said as I absent-mindedly stretched my legs. That took a while because I have a lot of legs. I'm 5'11", and they were squished in the car for 4 hours. We walked inside and the smells came rushing in. You can all have a dessert or a soft drink added to your meal, Dad told us. That is very reassuring. My blood sugar is quite low, Anna said. I rolled my eyes. May I have a deluxe chicken sandwich with waffle fries and an Oreo milkshake with no cherries on the milkshake, please? I asked the lady at the counter. I don't like cherries, but I love being the first to order. While my family ordered their meals, I looked for a booth. Spying an empty one, I told my dad and went to get napkins, sauces, and straws. After I'd gathered our bundle of add-ons and supplies, I walked to the booth and took in the surroundings. Out the window, the sky was gray, but the rain was gone. I eyed a sign that said, Holly Beach, 40 miles. As my parents walked up, there were tears in my eyes. Claire, dear, what's wrong? Mom asked. Only 40 miles left, then it's beach time, I answered, making my voice shaky for drama. We all laughed, actually getting along with each other. We began to chat about what we were going to do at the beach. I said I was going to dunk Charlie whenever I could. When our food arrived, we ate like we were starved, but to tell the truth, we were. I saved half of my milkshake for the rest of the car time. As we ate, the clouds moved away, the sun came out. It was going to turn out to be a great day after all. When we got back in the car, Dad told us we would get off the highway and would be moving much faster on a back road. I was almost excited for the 30 minutes to come. 15 minutes passed and I was reading a book on horses. Then, suddenly, the brakes sent us jolting forward. When I looked to see what happened, I was speechless. I'd been wrong about the day being a great one. We were no longer on the road. What had happened I didn't see. All I knew was that there was a car that had stopped beside us and we were stuck in a ditch. A few moments later, Anna, Philip, Charlie, Mom, Dad, and I were out of the car. The other driver got out of his car and ran toward us. "Oh my goodness, are you all okay? I'm so sorry. Should I call 911? A tow truck?" the guy asked, and I could tell he was all scared and stuttery. I smiled when he looked my way. "No, I think we will be all right. Thank you, though," Mom said to the man. "I'm Heather Reed." "Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Oliver Dennis. I am so very sorry, but I have a wedding to get to. Do you want me to tell anybody in town to send a car to pick you up?" Oliver said, looking worriedly at his watch. "You go to the wedding. We'll be okay. Have a good time," Dad told him. As we watched him drive off, I asked why we didn't ask him to call a tow truck. "Because, Claire, we are going to push the car back to the road. Tow trucks are too expensive, especially if you still want a good vacation. So, Charlie, Claire, and Anna, get behind the car and push on 3, he said. And we pushed. It started to move. We kept pushing. I slipped on the mud that was left after the heavy rain earlier. When we had the car almost out of the ditch, it suddenly wasn't. We'd stopped pushing on the slope thinking it was the flat ground. So when we moved to get in the car had rolled back in, and we got muddy and miserable. "Let's try once more," Dad said, and so we did. We pushed and pushed. I was using all I had in me. I closed my eyes and pictured a miracle. She could do it, so could I. I pushed with all my might, and finally we got on flat ground. Mom called us over to clean up. "Well, sorry, Mom, but that doesn't work when you're covered in mud and only have baby wipes." So all we really did was try to get the mud off our faces. And in Charlie's case, shake like a dog to get the mud off. But it ended up on me. I scowled at him and made a note to dunk him extra hard. Finally, we all got in and started to slowly drive to the road. We were now only 15 minutes away from vacation and freedom and the ocean and the beach. I looked in my travel bag and I pulled out my journal. I began to write about how we had swerved into the ditch, how we got out, and about how I hoped we could finally get to the beach. When I looked up again, we were passing Holly Beach. Relaxation was around the corner. Ha ha! Or is it? I would say Izzy might have more in store for this poor family. But we will leave it there for today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you learned something about how to write a great fictional narrative from Izzy here. And I will see you next time here on Into the Words.